Y'all niggas got me hot. Yeah.
Is we live? Is we live? Is we live? Yes,
minute,
yes.
Man.
You are now tuned into the Rare Podcast, and of course, I'm your host with the most, NK, aka the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour. You get me? We're back like we never left, and of course, I got my bro, my co-host. Introduce yourself, my guy.
Oh yeah, I forgot. What was my intro again?
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's actually been a long time. HTTP Jixon. Oh, it's me Jixon.
You go warm your way back up into it, man.
You got to reload it. Come on,
okay,
compose yourself again.
Your last Rare podcast show was on Zoom.
Oh yeah, it was on
Yeah,
Zoom.
Zoom.
I hate that quality as well.
Bruv.
Okay, so it's Jixon. I think that was it.
My mama just bare deep with this voice. Jixon. You do that for the
Jixon.
ladies, yeah?
Anyways, you know Chloe Bailey's on my line.
That's my wife. Anyway, we've always got, friend of the show, family of the show. You get me?
My
Introduce yourself, my guy.
You know how it is. It's Zach, man. Come on.
Come
It's nice to
on.
be back, man. It's nice to be back, I suppose, isn't it? Just like actually be,
Back in
In
life.
the flesh.
in the flesh,
And
actually proper recording again.
Trust me.
Because the last time it was just me and you, Noah.
Yeah.
So it's nice to sort of be in another studio now. Shout out to the studio owners. Making sure-
Facilitating
making sure,
this.
making sure everything's patterned for us.
But
The
not
lighting, the
like-
sound. I'm making sure
But
I'm
not like
good
the
today.
one at uni. Them
Pardon?
people.
What'd you say?
Not the ones at uni.
Listen.
Them people were so bad.
Listen.
What?
That's the part.
The ones that would do, they'll break equipment, then they'll give it to us.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
blame it on
Oh,
us.
my
Then we have
God.
to pay
Listen.
£60 fine.
Listen, you see the nonsense we went through with the loan store, yeah, bruv?
They hated us.
They will give us, Shangala, Hangala High, bro, like messed up equipment.
They broke the
it was
lens.
bad. It was bad.
And then they told, no, it's us that did it. Are you
And
mad?
then the one thing I didn't like, so when you would get like a fine when you haven't paid it, then they'll start saying I can't take equipment out. So if I wanted to film something separate, they'll say yeah, but I know you, so I can't take it out. And I'm like, how does that make sense?
Bruv, I
I'm
remember
okay
they
with the fine.
violated one time.
You lot went through hell with the loan still
Bruv,
back
so
at uni.
They violated one time. Jason was there. I remember I booked out equipment. I wanted to record, like a show. Like I want separate like piece of content. They gave me a camera with no battery.
I remember that.
Do you know how fuming I was? Because I set up the whole thing, making sure everything
I'm
is
so
patterned.
sorry.
And I was like, I wanted to.
Do you know why that was so bad? I remember we all went there and there were big cameras.
That's shooting.
And then you
were
got there, it's like,
heavy.
Yeah, what heavy cameras.
I was like, Pete, I had to go home anyway.
So I was like, I was gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. But I had to maintain composure, be like, listen, we live to fight another day. And then a panoramic.
That's mad.
And then a panoramic. Literally, we're there chilling, ready to record episodes, and then pew, 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 everyone has to go home.
But the start of it was actually cold. Like, I really liked it because everybody was on house party, everybody was doing challenges and everything. And it was like everybody was actually at home.
No, the beginning of the pandemic was funny because it's like, okay, cool. Like, we made the best out of a bad
months.
situation. And like I said, house party, like the IG lives.
Oh,
obviously,
gosh.
now my man's cancelled, but the IG lives.
Quarantine
at the time-
radio.
Quarantine. He used to quarantine in jail. But
There's-
anyways, anyways,
we do not promote violence.
say violence.
That sounded like violence.
But yeah. The beginning part was lit because like everyone was just at home,
Yeah.
no signal, 10v10.
They killed
But
it.
that's
No.
mad. Now they're radio.
You hear the no signal stuff. They killed it.
What?
What do you mean?
Oversaturated it.
No. Like no.
It's
it
going
isn't.
good.
I think it was just at the time. I think it was just the perfect thing to drop.
Oh, 100%.
Like I feel like what it was one of those things like when the TL every day was talking about it.
Active.
The TL was active.
Bruv.
It's the best thing. Like, I'm actually happy for their growth. Because
Bruh,
imagine
big man
starting that.
Yeah, no, bro,
And
the
then
growth's
boom.
crazy now. Like you see a lot of like people now like promoting like no signal and that, which is crazy. Like,
That's
it's good
one
for them.
big celebrity like Burna Boy locked in at one point. When it was Burna versus Vibes.
Yeah, even Adele sent a voice note in for one of the stuff. Yeah, Adele sent it. I think it was North London versus something, and then she's like, I'm from Tottenham, I gotta represent North. Like, big up Adele every time, fam.
Nah, I love
She's
her.
cold, fam.
She's
But
actually the best.
In the beginning of the pandemic, it was like you saw so much innovation when it came to like content, like people bringing out like new content, and it's just like raw.
I was happy, man. I
I
see
want to
bare
pause you.
people.
You know
Yeah.
Adele. We also talking about Adele.
Mm.
You reckon like the Mandem and Ends rate Adele?
Yeah.
Like the road, like,
bruv.
no. Let's be honest. Like, do you think they do?
Yeah, if people like Stormzy do it, I feel like therefore they will. And because she grew up there,
Hey,
she seems like one of them
listen.
people.
Adele is like top 10 in it.
She's bad boy.
She's gold. She's gold.
She's bad
level.
boy.
Hey,
Turning
actually.
tables. I set fire to the. Listen, Adele's
Skyfall. Ooh,
Hey, not even. Hey, bro, what's that song?
Face.
I remember the music video.
Pavements.
Yeah, Jason
Pavements.
Pavements.
Oh,
What's that song? Is it
She's literally
Hometown?
just
Hometown
spinning
Glory.
on the
My
floor.
hometown. What?
Adele's so cold.
Adele is flames.
Oh, I love this
Adele
one, man.
is cold, man. Nah, like she. I think she gets a. You know, like there's certain artists, yeah. Even if they're like bare mainstream,
Yeah.
the ends would always love them. I thought Adele was in that category. I feel like
she
you
is.
can't not love Adele.
Honestly, I'll go to a
I
concert
feel like
anytime.
when she was younger, though, I feel like the culture didn't appreciate her enough. And then when you see like what everything happened, I would say like from 2015 when everything sort of like bursted open. I feel like from then everyone started to create a relationship, not just with people in the rap scene, but now people from the pop scene, the R&B scene, now linking together. Like, who would have thought, in all honesty, you'd have... Well, no, all right, cool. Ed Sheeran makes bangers. Like, let's not get it twisted. Seriously, like, Ed
No,
Sheeran...
he does.
Seriously a talented artist, like, beyond talented. But do you think that we would have seen him make, like, proper songs with, like, people like Stormzy?
Do you know the way the scene
It's
is?
mad what he blew.
This early in his career, personally,
Yeah.
I didn't see it coming. When they done it, they smashed it.
And that whole album was actually so cold.
But which one? Stormzy new on the edge.
No, what do you call it? Ed Sheeran's his latest album. It was like bare features.
You like that sort of stuff, though, innit? You do your depth with your music.
Because I like it when people like artists come together and just hearing how they blend. Because people like Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey used to do, and it's just like, wow, that's powerful. Even what do you call it? Destiny Childs and Mary Mary. I didn't know that they switched paths.
Swear.
Because like, what do you call it? They make gospel music, Destiny Childs, but at the same time, Destiny Childs were kind of like
Yeah,
gospel
no,
people
but
too.
like most R&B singers, like they started from gospel.
Yeah,
Like
they
R&B is really just gospel.
That's why their voices are so powerful.
Put it in the romantic context. You know what I mean? So yeah, but yeah, I feel like when it comes to like the UK scene, yeah, when it comes to music, yeah, like we're in a such a unique place, we're in such a healthy place because now our music is being appreciated. We don't have to compromise our sound.
Aye.
Like,
Oh,
This
that's
is
so
a big year for UK music.
mm-hmm.
Like, and when I say that, I was literally thinking this morning. You got like people like Digga D, Central C,
Yes.
who, you know what it is, like these lot are doing numbers. These lot are doing like milli views in like 2 days.
And the
These are numbers that we haven't seen
Honestly.
from like new upcomers.
I
Like,
saw
alright, cool.
Digga
Digga D's been around for like 3 years now.
Yeah.
But I feel like now he's at the age now. He's still at what, 20?
Yeah, he's 20.
He's at the point where, all right, cool, he can, break away from that past life and really start like heavily doing the music things now. And I can't lie, social media marketing on lock.
Yeah.
On lock. Like he knows what his audience want to see. But you know what the mad thing is? I'm not too sure if it's still like happening, but I believe like police have to look at all of his music in terms of what he's releasing, and he can't talk about certain subjects and can't talk about certain like actions in certain ways, so he has to find ways around it.
Yeah.
Now when you're a drill artist, I can imagine when you have now police looking at your songs that you're looking to release, to still be able to maneuver around it and still be able to release music and still to have that same effect. Do you know how mad that is?
Bruv.
Like it's a different like age that we're heading into now. I feel like it's going to be a really good year for like UK music.
It's not even like this year. I think it's the past like 4 or 5 years. Because in order, like back in the day, yeah, even in 2010, right? If you go back to 2010, in order for an artist to reach like mainstream like success, they'd have to dilute their sound, be mad poppy, make a song with Calvin Harris and all of them type of stuff. Like the scene was different. Like you couldn't go #1 making a Funky Friday in 2010. You couldn't do it. And I feel like the type of the content man them are making and female artists are making, like I'm surprised half of this stuff is on radio.
See? It's actually true.
I'm surprised, bro.
But
what
everything
people
is
wanna
now
hear, though.
TikTok viral. Like a lot of artists are making their music just to get onto TikTok, so it's like repetitive, and then they get bare streams, and that's why the song makes it on the charts. Like people like Jason Derulo, when you look at his songs, you're just like, how? Like his songs are not even good, but because it's on TikTok and he uses it all the time,
And,
it's like everybody
and
wants
he's
to listen to it.
awful live.
He's what?
He's awful live, innit? Like I remember there must have been like one TV performance he done.
He's so bad. And he always tries to be like Chris Brown. I noticed that. He tries to be like my boy Chris Brown, because Chris Brown was the one that's always dancing and singing after Usher, but he makes it natural. But then Jason Derulo just seems forced. Like he was dancing in a Little Mix song when they were singing ballad.
No, I think I don't know if it was Jason Derulo. I think he was playing Burna Boy on the low. But he was adding bare bare dance beats. I'm thinking, fam, this is Afro beats. Why are you pop locking to Afro beats? Like this is not like
It's actually
what
so
are you man
true.
doing? And even Chris Brown did it. Like I think it was Ye. He was doing bare tutting. I'm thinking,
Americans
what
are
are you
funny.
man doing, bruv?
Special breeds. Oh god.
I don't even want to go on a tangent, but do you remember? This is a couple months. I think it's like a month ago, probably like 2020. But do you remember when Americans were getting pissed off at Daniel Kaluuya for
Wasn't it the start of this year?
I think it was start of
Clubhouse.
January, innit? Yeah, we're getting annoyed at Daniel Kaluuya for playing Fred Hampton in the movie. Bruv, what I've noticed on Twitter more recently, as like UK culture is becoming more more popular around the world, other countries are starting to have commentary on our culture, and I don't know why, but on social media there's a division between African Americans and us. Like why?
The thing is, it's
Why?
not just
Mad,
us.
it's mad.
It's also African Americans versus everybody who's black that's not in that country. Because they'll be having a go at French people saying that they're not black, they can't say the N word. They'll be having a go at British people saying that we eat pork and all that stuff with the Queen. Then they'll be having a go at Africans saying, "Oh, you stole our culture." How did African people where you was captured from steal your culture? That don't make sense.
Bruv, I remember I was watching a YouTube channel. In fact, I'll say it was Grapevine. Yeah, one girl I remember, she made like basically people would tell her not to wear certain clothes in it, like because certain robes mean different things for different cultures. Like there might be certain attire that's meant for a funeral, certain attire meant for a wedding in it. And then she's like, if you guys want to criticize the clothes I wear, well, guess what? You can't say the word nigger. Because that was originated. No, she said it. She's like, you can't say the word nigger because that was originated in through the farm and the plantation farm through African American slaves. So you appropriating our culture. And I'm thinking, bruv, like, why are we doing struggle Olympics? Like, my thing is that we, being black here, like we have a struggle that we all understand, right? Why are we trying to create points of division where there's like, bro, we have the hood here, you have the hood here. Systematic racism is here, systematic racism is there. It may not be the one-to-one translation, but bruv, like, these lot need to stop denouncing our blackness.
I feel like as well we kind of, especially in the ends, especially like where we come from, I feel like just in London, because I can't speak for like outside of London, but I can tell from within ends, you can just like, it's everywhere, our culture, everywhere. More time in a household, in every like black household, your parents raise you with what they went through. They teach you those type of life lessons. You don't get that really much. For me anyway, it seems like you don't really get that much like in America. Like you don't have like a lot of people actually really knowing their heritage or like their roots, like like what country their parents come from or what like where they originate from. It's very rare like you see that sort of stuff because like they just see themselves as, okay, cool, I'm African American, but you don't know what part like you might come from. You don't know where your parents originate from. Like, cool, man's from the Caribbean, and I don't even. I might be sounding a bit hypocritical. It's mad. Like I don't even know like where I come from, like back home. Like, but at least I know like
I have an idea.
I have an idea. Like I know like through culture, like how mum was raised, just like how it goes like within like both households.
One thing I don't get is that people always say that we have to educate Americans when it comes to stuff like this. And then, but Americans don't want to hear it. But then some Americans do want to hear it, and it's just so long.
Do you know?
They're just stubborn.
Do you know what it is? It's like I sympathize with them in this. Like they've had their history like stripped away from them. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Like slaves couldn't read or write. Like they like, and the idea as well is that a lot of these African Americans are descendants of slaves. So it's kind of like where, like how far back can you track your heritage? Because like your heritage wasn't being passed down from generation to generation like it is with us. So I get that. But my thing is now we have the advent of social media and the internet. So it's kind of like globalization's a real thing. So you're interacting with new cultures all the time. And I feel like the positive thing about growing in the UK, this is why I love growing up in London, UK, yeah. There are so many different members of the diaspora in UK, for example. Like we got Nigerians, we got Jamaicans, we got Congolese people like me. And the thing is that because we all grew up with each other, we take bits and pieces from each other's culture. Think about a party, right? Think about the type of music that will happen in the party. You get the UK stuff, you get the rapping stuff. Then you go to that. Then you go to like the American stuff. Then you go to Afro beats. Then you go to bashment. That's all us. Exactly. That's all us engaging with different people's culture, bro. Like, even you want something to eat, cool. I want Jamaican food. I want Nigerian food. Your boy,
Indian food.
Do you know what I mean? Like we engage, like we interact with so many different cultures on a regular basis. So it broadens our horizon when it comes to culture in general. I think with let me not speak ignorantly, but I think with African Americans, because it's just like there's in certain places there's not that melting pot. It's kind of like all they know is being African American and what that means. They don't necessarily know what's going on outside the world. And also you got to think as well, the world, America has been the quote unquote global trendsetter for decades upon decades. Everyone has been looking to America to set the trends, but now because of social media, like the world is expanding, and there are things going on in other countries that people are now becoming aware of. So it's easy for us to like be aware of our culture and theirs because we've been looking at them for years. They haven't been looking at us.
True.
There's been no need to look at something that's below them.
Exactly.
In essence, there's been no need for them. All right, cool. If there's a country that is not to say like less developed, but like if there's a country that we might be cool with, but it's not like we don't need to look at what you lot are doing because it's not on the level of what we're doing it at. So it's not even a concern to us. So we just need to keep it what's within like.
I get that. It makes sense though.
Nah.
But you know what? I wanted to say one thing. I really do believe when you actually deeply look inside, Beyonce is the greatest performer in the world.
Oh my God, we're not.
You know what I was actually
Living
going to
or
ask
dead.
you? You know when we were talking about Chris Brown?
Yeah.
I was literally going to say, who's the better performer? I know like you can't, but like the two of them are pretty like incredible performers.
Well, Beyonce and Chris.
I think Chris has he can dance and everything, but Beyonce has she could dance.
I'm saying personally, Beyonce is
No,
the best performer.
she puts on a show.
Oh, facts.
If you saw Homecoming, like from that, you can literally see that she's in this.
Like I'd say Chris Brown is the better like
Dancer.
natural dancer. Like if you tell him to freestyle, like he's gonna freestyle. But in terms of like, bruv, the effort that Beyonce puts into her choreography and the fact that she's singing and dancing, like she is, to me, she's the greatest performer.
Could you name top 5
of her songs?
No, top 5. No,
Performers or singers, like
top 5 like performers, and then have Beyonce like number 1. Can you name like 4 other like,
MJ,
Beyonce, Michael Jackson, is it Bobby Brown or Prince? I like Prince actually. Madonna. I wanted to say Chris Brown, but no. Who else is the last one?
You wouldn't put Chris Brown in your top 5?
When I think of it, there's better performers.
Because all right, cool.
Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars is a very good performer.
You know
He
what?
puts on a show. That guy.
Bruno Mars is a very good performer.
Like, was
very
it the
talented.
BET Awards?
That one was sick.
That whole performance was so good. And then even the summer Super Bowl, where he did with Beyonce and what's his name? Maroon 5. No, Calvin Harris. Wait, no. What's that white guy?
No, it was Coldplay.
Coldplay. They look the same.
Man said Maroon 5. Man just went through every white every white box of Maroon 5.
I mean, I ain't trying to be like that. But yeah, I really do believe Beyonce is the greatest performer because even when you look back on her life, it's like her dad was always pushing her at young, like sing and go on the treadmill, sing, run up the hill. That's just mad.
Do you think the art of performance has been lost with current day? Because when you go to like concerts these days,
People don't put on a show.
People you see the art of putting on a show, because Cause some singers, I get some singers, will sit back, they'll sit on their chair, they'll sing, and cool. It depends on the artist, because if you have more intimate music, it makes sense. But literally, rappers, they'll be shouting over their backing tracks.
And they'll be having all their boys on stage, like it's
They'll
one
be shouting over like the backing, like have the backing track, have your, and then just rap over it. Like don't rap over the fully mixed and mastered song. It sounds horrible sometimes.
But the thing is, there's artists like Roddy Ricch, Megan Thee Stallion, these new ones, like their performances are so good. Have you watched the Apple performance? It was like 20 minutes long. So Roddy Ricch did a performance. The whole set was like, let's say Compton. I don't know where he's from, but any black place in America, Compton.
I think he's from LA. I said any black place. He's from LA, but I think he's from Compton.
I think I think Roddy Ricch is from Compton, bro.
See, I got that right because the place looks like Compton. So he had the whole set, like buildings, everything, and then he just goes side to side. Megan Thee Stallion had a whole set as well. It's just like there are artists that are putting on shows, even like Chloe X Halle. Like last year,
those are Beyonce's babies. It makes sense.
At the same time, they're part of the new generation and they're putting on shows. So they are like top of the list because last year they literally dominated live performances from quarantine. They turned their whole tennis court into so many things.
Let me ask you something. So we've had a lot of time in quarantine to like just digest music. Who's an artist right now that you didn't really pay attention to pre-quarantine, but because you've had this time, you've really been like raw, like. I've taken them in differently.
Who? I'm thinking, what?
My thing's on airplane.
NBA
So
Youngboy?
it's not gonna go off.
Oh yeah, I
You say young boy.
NBA
No, not for
Youngboy.
me.
No. So
I've seen a tweet
basically,
about
NBA Youngboy, I used to just believe that his music was trash. It's like the way he raps. I was like, nah, this is dead. This is dead. And then I remember one of my friends told me to listen to his music.
You see them young boy fans. They'll get their ruthless.
No, wait. So one of my friends told me to listen to it. Make No Sense was really good. And then I was like, you know what? Let me listen to his album that he dropped. Need It. And I was just like, he's a really good rapper.
Nah, Need It is good.
Enzo.
The song was good.
Shout out Enzo though.
Nah, Need It is cold. Need It is defo cold.
Like he's a cold rapper. Like I don't know why I was disrespecting him before.
I cannot lie.
There's been a few like
Justin Bieber.
I'm gonna go back and listen to Justin
what?
Bieber.
You know
I'm
what?
gonna go
He's
back.
the king of R&B.
Half a this. This guy's getting me angry. Why do you say stuff like this?
He dropped Journals.
Why do you say things
Journals
like this?
is an R&B
What's wrong with
masterpiece. Nah, he's cold.
Man said he did. Anyways, go on, Zach, man. 'Cause I ain't got time for this.
get the piss, sometimes.
No, but it's the
this guy's
truth.
a troll.
He's the king of R&B. You guys
Where?
listen to Journals.
R&B, where it
You're basing that off one project.
No, and then did. Exactly.
I'm not saying Justin Bieber is horrible. I'm
No,
not
but
saying
you
Justin
are.
Bieber is horrible.
You
But my man's coming up with blasphemous statements.
Okay, cool. But he's one of like top 3 of this generation.
You know what?
Who else is
No,
there?
you can't.
I cannot. I'm
No,
thinking.
you can't lie though. Yeah,
He's cool.
He was the guy that started the whole viral type of thing. Like in terms of music going, cool. Deep it. Look back at it. Like 2009. Cast your mind back.
Baby,
Just started.
Bluetooth has to. Bluetooth is popping. No one has iPhones. There's always the little slide up phones.
Yeah.
Everyone has a little Sony Ericsson phone.
Motorola.
But everyone had that song on their phone.
Well, baby.
Yeah, 100%. Like
Baby was different.
Everyone
Longer
had that song on their phone.
I hated the song
back
at
then
first.
because you know why? On your phone, they used to have the little stores, and then you used to have to buy like songs with your credit,
Yeah.
with your phone credit. Remember, like
Oh,
six.
you had £10 credits, bro.
Bluetooth spud me. I remember that, bro. It was supposed to be like 50p, like
Yeah.
a pound. I remember
You
that.
used to buy like games like FIFA and that on
Bruv.
your phone and that
Those were the good days.
Talk about it,
little shitty graphics.
Oh.
bro. No, did you man ever do this? Was like back in the day, yeah. When I got my first phone, I can't lie. Like sometime when I wanted to be a brokie and I couldn't download music, I used to post my phone and record the song. I record the song.
And you turn the volume up so high. And they were just like, I record the album, You just keep recording. That was the broke days.
Bro, key. Like, what? You put your phone to the TV, you turn it up, and then record.
I used to do with TV shows as well. That's how I recorded Victorious, all them stuff. Before Netflix and everything came out. It was like, that's how you had to do. You just stand there and I'll have to hold my breath so I don't breathe too loud. Just
Bruv. What I used to do, like what my
You
mum
put
used
the TV too loud, your parents might yell at you.
But I do
Why
it
is
at
it so
home.
loud for?
I was scared to do
There was
that.
one time, yeah, like I remember. I thought, what song was it? It was Rihanna and T.I. "Live Your Life," innit? Or I was recording it. My mum
Banger,
was
by
just
the way.
banger. My mum was just shouting in the background. You can still hear you can hear my mum shouting in the recording. But you know, because you know when you had to get music, yeah, before YouTube, you had to wait for the music channels.
Yeah.
So like, if you missed that song on the music channel, you
had to
got to
spare
wait
For
time.
for music, UK top 20.
Oh.
Viva, remember Viva?
Viva, wait,
Freeview 21, Freeview channel 21.
These are the
Viva. It was the green.
I need to remember. If I probably see it, I'll remember it. But it's like this bit, like, because the
Was
channel
it green or red?
Because nah,
Oh, Viva.
yeah.
I remember the show. They also showed comedy shows on there.
They used to show like comedy shows and that.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, that show was always used to be like Virgin back in the day,
Okay.
like Virgin Atlantic. Like
This was
that's it's
days.
old school. It's old. Yeah, man.
Times have changed.
I miss golden time at primary school. Not gonna lie.
That's a golden time.
That's when I was still toys. Good days.
So you're a criminal from young.
Yeah, like everybody will bring their toys in, and then when you call it golden time comes, and I'm like, I'll be good for the next 2 days, and then golden time comes, then I'm picked. I just collect all the toys.
I remember golden time. Yeah, golden time. It used to be always boys versus girls dancing in it. And I remember like there's certain songs that used to come up. Pussycat Dolls, Beep used to come on in golden time. But
What type of golden time did you like?
oh, literally, that's the listen. Listen, no,
club.
I swear, yeah, I don't know where we went to. Yeah,
One
but
club, fam.
I don't know where we went to. I was in like primary school. Yeah, I don't know where we went to. I thought it was a club, but obviously it wasn't because they took us one trip here. There was literally a dance floor, right? There were lights everywhere, and they were playing. Obviously, they were playing the clean versions, but they were playing tunes that they shouldn't have been playing. They were playing 50 Cent Ayo Technology. She was it. I gotta give it to her. What? Listen. It was
That's
litty.
bad.
We had the cap, we had the orange juice there or there. I thought I was a big man because you have to understand, yeah, the way it was set up. It was a dance floor,
Yeah.
and there were lights and it was low lit. So obviously, you watch rap videos, you're thinking, yeah, this is what rappers do. So when 50 Cent Ayo Technology came on, at year 5,
Defo had a bald head and was knee sliding on the floor, fam.
Bruv.
That was defo you. You were
Bruv.
defo that kid.
I was
that kid.
I was definitely that kid with the level 1 trim, just doing the madness. Oh man, being a youth is funny, man.
Even when you couldn't go barbers was actually live. You were going there on a Saturday with your dad, and then it's just like everybody's there.
Don't mention that word for me right now. Every person in this room right now has got some level of a headgear on. Yeah, it's peak right now. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's a bit shangala hangala high right now.
Wave
Can't
cap,
even lie, man.
do-rag. Hey, it's peak right now.
that's actually bad.
But I'm
Shout out all the barbers.
shout out to all the
through.
barbers. But Mumsy, I love you, but you shagged me in life.
Oh gosh.
I believe, yeah, my mum, because she wanted to do DIY on my hair from a young age, she set my hairline back at least a good 6 years. She set my hairline back because you see all these shangala hangala high barbers and all the nonsense that she did with my hair. I'm telling you, I could have been here.
They used to have these as a little black spray on your hair.
I hate
you're up
that.
in it. If you used to get a business card, they have these.
Now you see the fibers thing, yeah.
Fucking
You see the fibers thing. It's peng, yeah, but it's a catfish.
Oh yeah, 100%.
What?
So when barbers put fibers on your head, so when
Oh,
they
that spray.
like it looks good, but you see when you go home and take off your top and now you got black stains, bro.
And if you're itching your head, there's black.
There's black stuff in but it looks good though.
Yeah, it looks nice.
It looks good. And my thing is that
Adds that extra level of confidence onto the trim, innit?
my thing is that how do I retain it? Just how do I keep that for?
They just keep it for the day. That's why you go out on that day. When they do it, you go out.
You see,
Or just buy your own.
You know what I used to do? Like, I don't get a trim then just go straight out. I can't do that.
I have to
So
let
you
it
didn't
Can't be
marinate.
on the way to a motive, get a trim. I can't imagine if I'm dressed up nice. I can't get a trim, then go straight to the motive from getting a trim. I can't do it. I have to go home. My man has to wash my hair. I have to.
You always have
As
to
in-
wash your hair
as in,
because
I
it
have,
gets you
when I
your
get a
clothes.
trim, I have to wash my hair.
But when
Like,
you
that's a
wash your
must.
hair, it's coming out.
Yeah, it would
That's
do
the
all
price I
the
have to
hair
pay.
that is.
But at least I'm
not to touch
looking
your
nice.
head
At
will
least
come
I'm
out.
looking nice going home from the getting. But I can't do it. Like I know a man that will go
Hey,
get a trim and go straight to the motor.
Bruv, my
like.
brother
Oh,
does
get
that all the
that.
time. Like,
In fact, if you do
my
that,
brother
then
will be like, yo,
good for you.
I'll be like to my brother, yo, there's a party on Saturday. I'll be like, I'm getting my trim the Friday. Cool. Because I don't like doing stuff on this.
Pre-lockdown, by the way.
Huh?
This is all pre-lockdown.
Pre-lockdown, of course.
no, that's when this was September.
What?
Days before COVID.
When you was in, what do you call it? When we was all supposed to be. Oh my bad.
I don't
It was
know.
breaking
You
the
didn't know
government
what
law.
you're talking about.
I was
Oh.
gonna say that.
Oh, yeah, this guy.
Oh my bad.
What? I don't know what he's talking about. Anyways, but yeah. So boom. I remember like I'll be like to my brother. There's a motive. Cool. She's like, cool. I'm gonna get my haircut on a Friday. He's like, why are you getting a haircut on Friday? I'm gonna get my haircut on the Saturday. I'm like, so you're gonna get your haircut the day of something. I can't do that. You see, I don't like too many things happening in one day, fam. I can't go get a haircut, then come back yard and then go motive late. Nah, man, it's too much, man. It's too much. It's too much. But shout out to the barbers out there. Shout out to the man them with the Beijing hairlines. I feel.
No, but look, the barbers, look, the barbers are always on the phone while cutting your hair, because one barber pushed my hairline far back because he was on the phone shouting at someone. I hated him
That's
for that.
why.
I can't lie.
You don't do that. That's just stupid. Like you can't be on the phone and cutting someone's
Underneath
head.
the wave cap, Jason does damage, guys. Understand? You know? No. Under the wave cap, it does damage.
What do you mean?
Your hair, bro. It does damage. It's there, bro.
Oh, what?
Nah,
I'm
no,
not,
you know what I
I'm not on
said, bro.
terms with this, or what do you call it? You new kids slang.
I said you.
Underneath
I'm
the
a
wave
old
cap
head.
is peaking it. That's
Oh,
in a
like,
good way.
yeah, I got
in a
waves.
good way. Yeah, you got waves, man.
That's wavy. But I can't lie. You see, like barbers, yeah, you need to have a CV, fam. I'm so sorry. You know, we need to start doing our due diligence with barbers.
All you
because
uncles.
there are so many fraudulent men out there that are committing crimes against humanity, bro. It's a crime, bro.
Do you know what's annoying is that they will actually just buy a barber kit off of online and then start saying they're a barber,
Bruv.
and people will have to believe them because they're uncle.
I
don't
remember
like that.
one guy, I held him close to me. This is like family, yeah. He said, "Oh, let me cut your hair, bro." He gave me a Vegeta, fam. He gave me a V. What? Bruv, I wanted to. You know when you get a bad trim, have you ever wanted to cry when you get a bad trim? Like you just look at yourself in the mirror, yeah. You know when you realize it, you're looking at me like, "Bruv, he's fucking up."
No, have you ever looked in the mirror while you do the trim and it's just like you look at it, yeah? Then he turns your chair and he turns you back around and you look at it again. It's just like, hey, man fucked me up. Like, man actually fucked up my trim.
You know how
And then-
jarring that
You know
is?
when he looks at you, you know when he hold your head like this, he'll hold your head. And he'd be like, and, he'd go, and then that's when you know he fucked up your trim.
Bruv,
when he
you're not
proves
getting
like
your. I'm
that.
sorry. Like, I don't want to pay you. I don't want to do it, but I
And
have
then
to.
you say you don't want to pay them, and they start beefing you. It's because it's just so dumb. You didn't even give me the haircut that I like. This reminds me of when my dad did it to me. He was supposed to give me a fade all around, but I didn't know what a fade looked like, and he didn't know.
You definitely didn't have the kit for that.
First of all, my dad used to be a barber.
There was no way you had the kit for the
I
whole
was
thing.
thinking,
He didn't have the equipment for that.
no, but what do you call it? He used to be a barber.
African barber or just modern day barber. He was cutting his boys, so it's not the same for the CV.
Okay, but
he's not
no,
qualified.
He was working in a building back in the day. So yeah, he was supposed to cut my hair and give me a fade, and then I didn't know what he gave me, but apparently he gave me a straight line, and then it wasn't faded or anything. Then I went to school the next day, and then everyone was discussing it, and I had to come home, and then I had to tell him like you need to fade it properly, and then he didn't want to do that, so I just took money and went to my barber and did it. Barber started
He was
laughing
taking
too.
money this whole time. And just went to go and get
Yeah, but he wanted to cut my hair because it was after 7.
So-
the barber should close at 6.
So like your boy, let's put your hypothetical start. Your boy, you know, he wants to start his barbering career. You know, but he needs someone to practice on. You know, that's your guy. You volunteering yourself.
Has he done it before?
Not like he's starting in it. Like
No, but I mean, like, has he like cut hair before?
he wants to.
What time of the year is this? If it's
Spring.
No, but
Spring. No, so you're basically he's learning with your head.
summertime is
Pause.
unacceptable.
No.
You need at least 6 months of training.
exactly. If you haven't cut someone's
If you
hair
say,
before,
"Oh yeah,
I'm not
bro,
doing it."
I'm starting doing trims, and you're talking about late July, start of August. Hey, listen, carnival's at the end of the month. It's not happening. You're not
But
cutting my
Black
hair.
Lives Matter, support black businesses.
Oh, okay. Some black businesses I'm not trying to support. Why would I want to support his haircut? You think?
You're not trying to see the man that make it out of the hood, you know.
Nah, I'm not.
You're not trying to see the man that make it out of
No,
the hood.
I'm actually not. You
Nah,
guys can stay there.
Do you know what? Like, if my hairline was like here,
Yeah.
I'd be more willing to
Your hairline's
experiment.
not that bad.
It's not that bad, but listen, genetics. I see my uncles, and I see the big man upstairs. Like, no, I know what time it is. I know what time it is. I've got a few years of hairline retention left in me.
If you see Noah's Snapchats, yeah, when this guy gets a trim, this guy will be having the Champions League final music playing.
Oh,
in the background when he
100%.
gets the trim.
It's a celebration.
This guy's playing Viking music. This guy is playing Viking music when he gets a trim. You can't even understand the lyrics. It's just music.
Listen, do you know
This guy
what?
has his chest up, like looking
For a haircut.
every time he gets
For
the trim.
simple haircut.
Listen, you see, as a black man in this society, yeah, I have to celebrate my wins. And when I leave that barber shop, I'm a straight W. Champions League. Because there's no, like, that fresh trim feeling is one of the best feelings in the world. When you come out and you know you look A1. After document it, the world has to see.
Y'all niggas got me hot.